When people see smooth front and dwarf caiman, like Cuvier's dwarf caiman, they just call them dwarf caiman in general. So you got the smooth front caiman, and then you got the Cuvier's dwarf caiman. The Cuvier's dwarf caiman is actually the smallest crocodilian on the planet. Guys, I found something out the other day that really blew my mind. I didn't know this. Ziggy, her mother, is one of the original crocodiles from the Miami Serpentarium that was run by Bill Haas. Here, throw a photo of him with the king cobras right here. Bill Haas is a legend in the reptile handling world. Or a little swamp queen, right? We're gonna have to get you a swamp king because, you know, we thought we had a beautiful boy broad-snout caiman, but it turns out this is a beautiful female named Bridget. Oh, Bridget's so snappy! What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. I'm currently hanging out in the snake house. If you guys aren't from Florida, I'll give you a little update. It's getting pretty chilly, at least for a Floridian. It's getting down into the 50s at night, and later this week it's getting into the 40s. So any tropical reptiles, any reptiles that aren't native to Florida and can't handle the cold have to come inside. For example, my South American caiman right here. This beautiful Paleosuchus trigonatus. Let's see how he's acting. There we go, nice and smooth. Nice and calm. As you can see, he's got like a green tint to his body. That is not his pigment, that's actually algae that's dried up all along his scutes and scales. But he's doing really good. He's got a nice big belly. We had to make sure to bring him in because I'm telling you, these guys will not survive being out in the cold of Florida. If I had good well water running on him, maybe I'd leave him outside, but that's not the situation right now for that tub setup. So we had to bring him into the snake house where it's always around 77, 78 degrees. Nice and toasty for a caiman. Little trigger, I love him. I call him Trigger because Paleosuchus trigonatus, the scientific name, smooth like a trigger, so we named him Trigger to make it easy to remember for everyone out there. He's such a good boy, huh? You know, even though caiman can be very explosive, out of all the different caiman species, I have noticed that the trigonatus, the smooth front caiman, is actually kind of laid back. Not saying it's an animal meant to be a pet or anything like that, obviously not. I'm just letting you guys know that of the many different caiman species, it seems like the smooth front caiman is just a laid-back species. It's not explosive like a lot of crocodiles, like spectacle caiman, black caiman. And right as I say that, you hear a little bit of hissing. He's like, I think I've had enough. I've had enough of you. Now, a lot of people actually confuse these guys with dwarf caiman. And when people see smooth front and dwarf caiman, like Cuvier's dwarf caiman, they just call them dwarf caiman in general. So you got the smooth front caiman, and then you got the Cuvier's dwarf caiman. The Cuvier's dwarf caiman is actually the smallest crocodilian on the planet. They get roughly just around 4 feet long, whereas the smooth front caiman, also known as the Schneider's caiman, actually gets upwards to 6 feet long. Still not a big caiman, but one of the smaller species, so a lot of people just call them both dwarf caiman because sometimes they're really hard to tell apart. Such a beautiful caiman. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put him in the kennel. We're going to leave him in the snake house so he's nice and toasty. There you go, buddy. Look at that tail. Such a little dinosaur. Don't go biting me now. Alright, so we're going to leave him in here. I'm going to turn this around so he's nice and comfy. Let's go see how the rest of the animals are doing. I was going to make this mainly a croc episode, but I was walking around the snake house, seeing how everyone's doing, and I want to show you guys some of the animals right now. Check this out. If you guys remember, we actually got giant Amazon puffing snakes. Now, the giant Amazon puffing snakes, oh, don't be too upset. Don't be too upset with me. The giant Amazon puffing snakes are a huge non-venomous colubrid, obviously found out in the Amazon, and these guys are doing great. This is my big male, and then this is my female, and they're actually the same species, even though they're different colors. What's really interesting is these guys are what's called polymorphic. So when they have a pair of snakes, they can be these colors, pop out a bunch of babies, and the babies look nothing like the parents, an array of different colors. Just like eyelash vipers and bush vipers, they're polymorphic, so it's like a gamble. You get different colors every time. You can get red ones, you can get green ones, yellow and black. They're a beautiful species, and they're doing really good. I want to show you just how big this giant Amazon puffing snake has gone. Look at this. Look how long this snake is. That's a good sized colubrid. Look at that snake. Where are you gonna go? Don't go hide. Come here. Come here. Beautiful looking snakes. And what's crazy is they never get upset. These snakes are supposed to be a very defensive snake, puffing up, gnawing down on you, but for some reason, well, not some reason, it's definitely the way I'm handling the snakes. These snakes are just so laid back. Look at this. That is just so cool. They're so reluctant to bite. They just want to crawl around, investigate. Look at those huge eyes they've got. Perfect for locating food in the trees. Just like something like a big mamba. Big, beautiful eyes to track down that food. Any movement, and they can take it down. These guys love to eat birds, birds' eggs, frogs. They love anything that can get down that throat. Look at that, beautiful snakes. All right, so what we're gonna do is put these guys back. I want to show you guys the crocodilians. We're gonna do a little bit of a crocodilian update. I threw some snakes in here because why not? We love snakes. Let's get these beauties right back inside. Where are you going? Where are you guys teaming up on me? Come on. Right back in. So yeah, later this week it's supposed to get super cold. So obviously any reptiles outside need to be brought inside. So good thing is right now I only have to worry about Trigger, the smooth front Caiman. In the future, we're gonna have a lot more to be dealing with. Because in the future, we're moving monitor lizards outside. We're gonna have many crocodile ponds outside. We're gonna be working with a lot of animals outdoors in natural setups. So that means that if it's not from this country, they can't handle the cold weather, we're gonna have to adapt. And we're gonna have to suit for them. So definitely we're gonna have a lot more work in the future. We have lots to plan. And the good thing is working at these different facilities growing up, I've seen how different people have taken care of their animals and how they manage through the cold snaps. I worked at the alligator farm, I worked at Jungle Queen, I worked at Native Village, and seeing all these different places and all their little techniques on how to keep their animals nice and toasty. For example, the Croc'S, running well water, all these different things are key to keeping your animals nice and healthy and alive, thriving in our cold weather. So let's go see how Ziggy's doing. So cranky. All right, guys, we got little Bridget, the Broad-snouted Caiman out. Thought I'd bring her out for a second and show you guys. The office is a little bit of a mess right now, so thought I'd bring her out and let you guys get a good look at her. She is getting really big. We fed her nice big key shrimp the other day. My good friend Walker Blanco came over. He loves to see the animals eat nice fresh food from the ocean, so he brought a bunch of shrimp over. So Bridget, the Broad-snout, ended up eating a nice big shrimp. Ziggy, everyone else, so everyone's been getting a nice natural diet because out in the wild, these guys are going to be eating crustaceans, mollusks, they'll be eating any kind of invertebrates they can get inside their jaws, crunch them down, eat them. The shrimp, really good calcium with the shell, crabs, all that good stuff. Hopefully in the future, we can get this little lady, once she's big enough, outside in her future enclosure so she can feel like a true swamp king, or a little swamp queen, right? We're going to have to get you a swamp king because, you know, we thought we had a beautiful boy Broad-snouted Caiman, but it turns out this is a beautiful female named Bridget. Oh, Bridget's so snappy. Don't be so upset. I love you. I've been raising you since you were a little gecko. Don't be so cranky. Look at her. She's a little crusty on top of her skin right now because she's a little dry. I'm going to put her right back in that water and she's going to go back to what she was doing. But as you can see, she's doing great, getting nice and big. You can see with her size, she's definitely grown quite a bit over the past year. She's such a beast of a Caiman. Let's go see how Ziggy's doing. Can't forget about Ziggy, the American crocodile. How you doing, Ziggy? As you can see, Ziggy's doing good too. She ate a whole entire key shrimp the other day, and you guys don't understand, these shrimp are huge. Let me show you with my hands real quick. Ziggy, relax. About that big of a shrimp. She grabbed it, she crunched it down, cracked it in half, and swallowed it whole. That is the best diet possible you can give a crocodile that lives out in the mangroves, the ocean, because American crocs and saltwater crocs, they live half of their life, or sometimes even 90% of their life out in the ocean, saltwater, hunting, marine life. So that shrimp is a really good boost in our diet. Lots of good calcium from that shell. Lots of good food, right, Ziggy? Good girl. Good girl. So as you can see, Ziggy's doing real good. She's been laying back, eating real good food, getting nice and big. And once we get to the future facility, she's going to get a huge pond. I can't wait to show you guys her future setup. She's going to be living the best life of a crocodile. And we're already in the works of finding her a boyfriend, so don't worry about that. She's going to have a boyfriend in the future. She's going to be producing more American crocodiles, and she's going to be helping a lot with her insurance colonies. Basically, by that, if you guys aren't familiar, insurance colonies, if something were to happen to the species out in the wild losing its habitat, we'll have a whole colony of crocodiles in captivity for insurance if anything happens to the wild population. So she will be a great service to her species. She's just such a good girl. She's like, oh, I don't like the cars. Since we're outside right now, every time a car goes by, she freaks out. She does not like cars. But she's such a good girl. Just gotta give her some chin scratches here to relax. She's all good. And like I said, all these animals are educational ambassadors. I have no pet crocodiles, I have no pet caiman, no pet king cobras. Everything I own is for conservation and bring awareness to species. So little crocodiles like Ziggy deserve their respect and don't belong in somebody's fish tank for sure. Right there, you can see that her ears are actually cracked open and she's listening to everything I say. The really cool thing about crocodiles is that they're not dumb, malicious hunters. They're smart, they're intelligent, they're tender lovers. They're amazing animals. In the future, we're going to show you how many different personalities crocodiles actually have. They're all unique in their own special ways. We're just going to show you how smart they truly are. You got the cutest little feet. Look at her little web feet. Oh my god, I just want to bite them off. Guys, I found something out the other day that really blew my mind. I didn't know this. Ziggy, her mother, is one of the original crocodiles from the Miami Serpentarium that was run by Bill Haas. Here, throw a photo of him with the king cobras right here. Bill Haas is a legend in the reptile handling world, milking snakes, even using his own blood to transfuse with people who were dying from snake bites because he himself was immune to snake bites. He injected himself with different venoms, and if he got bit milking snakes, he would be safe because his body was immune to the venom. So he literally, at one point, transfused his blood with a man who was dying from snake bite. He's a true hero, he's a legend, and I'm so proud to have a crocodile from the original crocodile collection over at Bill Haas's Serpentarium, the Miami Serpentarium. So little Ziggy is a part of history. It makes me really happy to know that. Alright, beautiful people, I'm gonna go take Ziggy inside. We're gonna go take care of some animals, isn't that right? Good crocodile. I love her so much. Look at her. Ah, she's such a cutie. Touch her teeth. Oh, look at those teeth. Anyways, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, but most of all, don't forget to love your crocodiles, love your snakes, and love your neighbors. Yeah, love your neighbors, why not? Just because Dale comes on your lawn a little too much with the weed whacker, he's doing you a favor. Don't get angry at him. So anyways, check us out on Teespring. Check us out on Patreon for exclusive content. Get your Chandler's Wildlife t-shirts. I will see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, stay gangster. Oh, Bridget's so snappy.